morning, sir. This is B. Srividya, pursuing BTech second year in Computer Science and Engineering in Srinivasa Ramanujan Institute of Technology. And today I am discussing about the subject advanced data structure and algorithm analysis. And the assignment is given about the topic of job sequencing deadlines using greedy method. And we are discussing about the introduction to job sequencing deadlines. What is job sequencing? The job sequencing deadlines is a crucial problem in scheduling. The objective is to maximize the number of jobs completed by their deadline. This problem is commonly solved using the greedy algorithm approach. Means the job sequencing deadline is a crucial problem in scheduling and the objective is to maximize the number of jobs completed by their deadline. The problem is commonly solved in using a greedy algorithm approach. What is the problem definition? Each job has a specific deadline and associated profit. The goal is to select jobs that can be completed before the deadline. What is the maximizing the total profit while minimizing the number of missed deadlines is essential. Means for maximizing the total profit means the minimizing the missed calls is essential. Here the given example is the problem given n jobs x is equal to 1 to n. Each job I has a deadline and di greater than or equal to 0 and profit pi greater than or less equal to 0. We need 1 unit of time to process each job and we can do at most 1 job each time. We can earn the profit pi if job I is completed with the deadline. Here the I is given and pi is given and di is given 1, 2, 3, 4. For the 1, 2, 3, 4 the 20, 15, 10, 5, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 3. What is the greedy method? A greedy algorithm makes the locally optimized at each step. It does not reconsider the decision once made, which speeds up the process. This method often leads to a global optimal solution for job sequencing. Means the greedy method is the best choice to choose the best option as solution. Means the greedy algorithm makes a locally optimal choice at each step. It does not reconsider decisions once made, which speeds up the process. This method often leads to a globally optimal solution for job sequencing. Here the given example like a B3. This graph is connected with the traverses. What is pseudocode for the greedy algorithm? Start by sorting all the jobs based off profit in descending order. Create an array to track the free time slots for job placement. Iterate over the sorted jobs and assign them to the latest available slot before their deadlines. Here the given is the greedy algorithm. Initialize the greedy algorithm parameter PS. Let UIS be the set of all interactions that should be covered according to the model of VCA and 1V0CA. While UIS is not empty, generate a new random candidate solutions and add them in PS. Calculate the weight for each candidate solution in PS. Select the best candidate solution which has the highest weight to save in FTS. Remove all the covered interaction by the best solution from UIS. Remove all elements in PS and while. What is the complexity analysis? The complexity of the sorting step is 0 of n log n, where n is the number of jobs. Filling the schedule takes 0 of O of n time in the worst case. Overall, the greedy method for job sequencing operates O of n log n time. What is the advantages of greedy method? The greedy method is often simpler, easier to implement compared to dynamic programming. The greedy method is it provides the near optimal solutions with a significantly reduced computational overhead. The algorithm is adaptable to various modifications of the job scheduling problem. Means the greedy method is often simpler and easier to implement compared to dynamic programming. It provides near optimal solution with a significantly reduced computational overhead. What is the steps in greedy method? First, sort all jobs in descending order of profit. Then iterate through sorted jobs to schedule them. Finally, ensure that each job is scheduled before its deadline if possible. Means first sort all jobs in descending order of profit. Then iterate through the sorted jobs to schedule them. Finally, ensure that each job is scheduled before its deadline if possible. Limitations of greedy method. The greedy may not always yield the optimal solution for every job scheduling scenario. It can become inefficient if jobs have complex dependencies or constraints. In some cases, a more comprehensive method like dynamic programming may be necessary. Means the greedy approach may not always yield the optimal solution for every job scheduling. It can become inefficient if jobs have complex dependencies or constraints. In some cases, a more comprehensive method like dynamic programming may be necessary. What is the conclusion? The job sequencing deadlines using the greedy method is a practical approach for scheduling tasks. It effectively balances efficiency and ease of implementation while maximizing the cost. What are the complexity analysis? The time complexity of the sorting step is 0 of n log n, where n is the number of jobs filling the schedule takes 0 of O of n time. In the worst case, overall the greedy method for job sequencing operates O of n log n time. The advantages of greedy method. The greedy method is an often simpler and easier to implement compared to dynamic programming. It provides a near optimal solution with a significantly reduced computational overhead. The algorithm is adaptable to various modifications for the job scheduling problem. Here the greedy method. The greedy method is the most straightforward design technique which can be applied to a wide variety of problems. This algorithm works in steps, and each step it selects the best available option until all options finished. Most of the problems have an n inputs and require to obtain a subset that satisfies some constraints. Any subset that satisfies these constraints is called as a feasible solution. A feasible solution that either minimizes or maximizes a given objective function is called optimal solution. What are the steps in greedy method? First of all jobs in a descending order or profit. Then iterate through these sorted jobs to schedule them. Finally, ensure that each job is scheduled before its deadline if possible. What is the limitations of the greedy approach may not always yield the optimal solution for every job scheduling scenario. It can become inefficient if jobs have complex dependencies or constraints. In some cases, a more comprehensive method like dynamic programming may be necessary. The greedy technique method. The greedy algorithms make good local choices in the hope that they result in an optimal solution. They result in feasible solution, not necessarily infeasible solution. A proof is needed to show that the algorithm finds an optimal solution. A counter example shows that the greedy algorithm does not provide an optimal solution. What is the conclusion? My conclusion, I conclude that job sequencing deadlines using the greedy method is a practical approach for scheduling the task. It effectively balances efficiency and ease of implementation while maximizing the profit. Understanding its principle allows for application in various scheduling and resource allocation problems. Feel free to modify any of the content or format as needed. Thank you, sir, for giving this golden opportunity to explain about the job sequencing deadlines using deadlines. Thank you for giving this opportunity.